Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. It must be Tuesday at 5 p.m. I am so glad you guys decided to drop in and hang out with us on today. We got a great show that we're going to be bringing to you today. I am so excited. We got the legend himself from Street News Now, and we're going to be talking about his brand new, well, it ain't so new, but it's a new network dealing with street news. And I just happen to be one of the, not so celebrities that's on that network. And I'm so excited about working with him on this and the show that we got. So we're going to be talking about that today. So don't go anywhere. You know how you guys drop in and all of a sudden drop out. Stick around today. You're going to find out that we got some interesting things going on and some really good shows coming up in the future. We're planning some good things, and I want you guys to know all about it. You're going to be getting hot off the press today, and I'm so excited to be able to tell you guys about it. I'm really, really happy to be able to catch it. My original guest that was supposed to come on today had family issues, emergency family things, and my brother decided to fill in so we can talk about some of the plans that we've got going on, and I'm really excited about it. So really good to have another network person available to come on and work with me. So I'm going to do this, my opening and my announcements and my shout outs so we can hurry up and get him live on the air. First of all, I want to give a shout out to all of the healthcare workers all around the world that have been keeping us alive during this pandemic. I tell you, people have been sick, and the healthcare workers have been right there to work with them and to keep them encouraged. And I am so happy that healthcare workers have not given up, okay? Because, you can easily give up with this pandemic that's going on, and they are right there to help keep us alive. So shout out to all the healthcare workers. You see me in my little doctor shirt here. That's because I am wearing this in solidarity to all the healthcare workers all across the country. And I'm going to continue to wear this shirt every time I go live in order to show my support and love for all the healthcare workers until we get it all clear. Once we get it all clear, then I'm going to change my shirt, y'all. So y'all going to be seeing me in this for a while because the pandemic has flared back up. COVID-19 is probably COVID-23 by now, but it has flared up. And people are still fighting for our lives on the front line. And I just definitely want to give them a shout out each and every time I go live because I want to make sure I tell them how much I appreciate them, for all that they do, along with, those that help keep my mom alive. My mom is a survivor of COVID-19, and I am so happy that she is still here with us. And it was because of the healthcare team that worked with her during the time that she was sick that is responsible for help keeping her alive. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of the pastors and all of our spiritual leaders that are on the front line. They also are essential workers that have been praying and in the face of God, trying to find answers to give to the people so that we know what to do during a time like this. Special shout out to my mentor, Dr. Lloyd Michael Hunt. He has been with me for almost 30 years now. We've been with each other, and I pray for him all the time like he prays for me. So I encourage you to pray for your leadership. Keep them encouraged. They got a hard job to do at a time like this, seeking out the answers that we, the people, need so that we can have peace and know what's going on all around us. If you don't know who Dr. Hunt is, please scroll down on my live feed. You'll be able to see some of his videos and messages, old and new. And I tell you, he can bring a revelation, and a time like this is what we need, a word from God. Also, I want to give a shout out to all of the people that have lost loved ones at a time like this, because during this pandemic, people are dying. And I know we cannot say our proper goodbyes to the people that we have lost. Just on last week, I lost a friend of 20 plus years. We have been together, working together, hanging out together, fellowshipping together, shooting pool together for 20 plus years. And I can't find anybody that will say anything bad about this brother. And rightfully so, because he has not done any harm to anybody, hasn't done any wrong. He was just a good brother. And mysteriously, he's not here anymore. And the bad thing about his family are back to back with losses. They just memorialized their sister the weekend before, and then now he passed. So that's, two losses in the same family within a 2-week period. So definitely shout out and prayers go to their family. Letting you know that we are praying for you, and we're going to always keep our brother alive in my heart, and just as well as everybody else's. Just an update, we've got 11 million confirmed cases. 11 million confirmed cases of corona in the United States. We got 247,000 deaths from corona in the United States. And the bad thing about it is, out of those 11 million people, they are projecting that 5% of that 11 million are going to die from corona. So this thing is real, y'all, and I can't say it enough times. Please, please take this thing seriously. To the credit of the state of Illinois and Chicago, the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, has shut Chicago down effective today for the next 30 days. She is like, it's recommended, but y'all know y'all shut down, okay? That y'all stay at home and stay safe. She is emphasizing the fact that she wants us to stay at home, okay? So that we can stay safe and begin to bring the numbers down again, because we brought them down before by doing this, but she is recommending that we stay at home so that we can try and keep the numbers down. So I'm with that. I know Thanksgiving holiday is coming up soon. I had to tell my family, I'll call y'all on a video call, but I ain't coming, okay? I'm not leaving out the house on Thanksgiving Day. I heard some bad news on this week. People that were having Halloween parties. Okay, y'all hear me? Halloween parties. Today is the 17th. We talking about on the 31st. 5 or 6 people that was at that Halloween party have all tested positive for corona. And I'm like, man, that is insane. And it was supposed to be a closed circle of friends. And I'm talking about people with underlying health conditions. So I pray that they all get well. But man, that's just too much of a risk to take at a time like this. Just too much of a risk. So people, I encourage you, coming forward into Thanksgiving, don't take any chances, okay? Call your family on Zoom or something, okay? You don't have to be with them. It ain't like you ain't never been with them on Thanksgiving before, but stay safe and be with them again on Thanksgiving, okay? So I just wanted to get that little shout out there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our website, and the first thing that you're going to hear is my commercial, my theme song. I'm sorry, my theme song on my website, and then I'm going to talk to you about my sponsors that help make this broadcast possible. So stand by. Here we go to the website.
Ask Dr. Ron, ask Dr. Ron. Whatever you're feeling, he will give you healing. and globally.
All right. I want to invite you all to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. And when you get over there, I want you to browse around a little bit, check out some of the pictures from me working behind the scenes with celebrities from various places all across the country. And I want you to scroll down. And as you scroll down, you'll get to a place that's called advertising. And when you get there, I want you to take a look at some of the advertisers that I have listed there. RRJ Webb, been with me for almost 15 years. And Mr. Ralph Jenkins, if you have a web idea or concept that you would like to bring to a reality, Mr. Ralph Jenkins is the man to talk to. He hosts, he does maintenance, he does web design and creations, and I tell you, you will not find anybody easier to work with than Mr. Ralph Jenkins. So please go over to the website, check out RRJ Web, click on the banner, it'll take you right to his website, and you'll get a chance to see what he can do to help bring your idea and concept to reality. Also, you'll see Chief Nomo's Oasis. Now, Chief Nomo goes to the west coast of Africa, Ghana, and he brings back different products like clothes and oils and soaps and moringa seed. Chief Nomo is also a person that you want to talk to at a time like this because he can help you build your immune system up. He offers up alkaline water, and he can tell you how beneficial alkaline water is to your health. So at a time when germs are killing us, you would definitely want to click on his banner, go over to his website, and give him a call. Tell him you want to find out more about moringa seed and more about alkaline water, and Chief Nomo would be more than happy to talk to you about it. National Block Club University. Mr. Cyron Smith has been around for over 20 years, and he has been helping block by block come up with solutions to help keep our communities safe for the children, for the seniors, and for families. So if you click on the banner, it'll take you over to his website, reach out to him and say, hey, you want to find out what's going on with National Block Club University, and he'll be more than happy to help you find out what's going on and what you can do in your neighborhood to help make your neighborhood better. All right. Pour It Again, Sam. I tell you, this is one of my favorite advertisers. Sam brings in wines and spirits from all over the world. I tell you, even though the world is shut down, they're still shipping in wine from all over the world, cognacs, and if you like dry, sweet, or semi-dry, he has some of the best wine. I promise you, once you start drinking some of Sam's wine, you will not want to drink over-the-counter wine ever again. So click on the banner, go over to his website, tell Sam, hey, I'm interested in finding out what you got in, what's available, because he runs out quite a bit because they're exclusive. The vineyards that he worked with, once the vintage and the year is gone, it's gone. There's no more available. So if you're interested and you're a connoisseur of fine wine, all you got to do is go over to the website, give Sam a call, and he'll be more than happy to talk to you about what's in inventory for the holiday season. Pour It Again, Sam. And last but not least, Prince Hunter Financial Group. If you're interested and trying to establish financial security for you and your family, and maybe even somebody else's family, refer them over to Prince Hunter. He is offering free classes right now. You get a free class and a consultation, and he can teach you about trading on the stock market, trading in Forex. He can give you the nuts and bolts that you need to be able to do like the Fortune 500 companies are doing. When they need some more money, they just go out there and grab it, on the market. And he can teach you how to do that. So click on the banner. It'll send you right over to his website. Call him up and say, hey, I want my free class, my free lesson, and you're interested in finding out what you can do to get involved in this big money game that's out there that we all can take advantage of. Okay, that's Prince Hunter Financial Group. All right. Also, scrolling down, you'll see some of our affiliates, Chicago Communicator News Media, and you'll also see Soul Street Collective, an entertainment group that has been performing around the Chicagoland area. Of course, they're not able to work right now, but they are one of the upcoming bands in the Chicagoland area. Very good band. I want to give a couple of shout outs. We got Miss Katrina. Robert Katrina's on the line. Shout out to both of them. My brother all the way from the Philippines, Fred, high school buddy of mine. He is tuned in all the way from the Philippines. Also, Miss Paula Gilmore, just giving her a shout out. Just want to thank you all for tuning in on today. Want to encourage, and Joel Mitchell's on the line. Miss Janetta's on the line. Just giving you all a shout out. I want to encourage you all, while you're on the site, go over to the contact card, fill out the contact card so we'll know how to get in contact with you and feed you additional information. Also, we want you to support our vendors. Please, all of our vendors, support them all. We need them to prosper at a time like this. I'm going to bring in our guest. I'm so excited to have the legend himself on the air with us today. My brother in broadcasting has been in broadcasting a very long time. And I tell you, I learn lessons from this guy every time, I get with him. I can't tell you what kind of lessons, but I I learn lessons from him on a regular basis. Right now, we're going to welcome to the show my brother, Mr. Lee Michaels. Hey, Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm in there having fun playing with my new toy.
Yeah, you always got something.
Yeah, man. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
Is that cool?
yeah.
You know what that is?
Yeah, that's a microphone on a boom.
That's right. I'm ready to go out on the streets now and stick a mic up somebody's nose and say, "What you talking about, fool?"
I think you like saying that word up somebody's.
All up in the nose.
I know that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting ready, man. I'm taking street news now to the streets.
That's what's
taking
up.
Taking it to the streets.
That's what's up. Now, Lee has been on the show with us before, and I'm so glad that he agreed to come on, because my original guest had family issues. But, he's got something exciting to talk about, and a project that we all have come together to work on. A couple of weeks ago when they had the election, we came together and did election night coverage right here on Street News Now. Mr. Chris Bass, the Professor Reggie Miles, Lee, and myself. And I tell you, we had 6+ hours of broadcasting that night. It was a very long night. And then we came back the next 2 nights, and then we closed it out on that Sunday after the president. I don't even want to call him president-elect. The president, Joe Biden.
New president.
That's right.
My man, Joe.
Smoking
Joe. Joe was not sleeping. He was smoking.
There you go. After he was declared the winner,
Yes, sir.
by the AP and all of the news outlets that were covering this, because everybody was
Hmm.
kind of slow to pull the trigger that night, leading up to that night. But when they did, they knew what they were talking about. So I'm so happy that we have number 46 is going to be a little bit more reasonable than 45 was. Okay, a lot more reasonable than
You
40
think?
than 45
That's not
is.
hard to do.
you know, and he doesn't have that platform of hatred,
Right.
that has been in place for the last 4 years. And I'm so excited that we got something new going forward for the next 4 years. And I just hope that and I know it's going to hinge on all of us, and I've said this over and over again. We just can't sit back and let him find answers and solutions for us without our input. We got to make sure we have input over the next 4 years to try and make our world what we want it to look like that much better. So,
Hmm.
so I'm glad that we were part of the launch of Street News Now, and the four of us have since then come together and established a regular broadcast every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, but I'm a little ahead of myself here. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna let you tell us more about Street News Now and what's going on with that.
Well, Street News Now is a new online network that I'm inviting and encouraging people from all over the country to be correspondents or reporters, that you can send your news into us so that we can broadcast it live or pre-recorded if need be on our network. And it's an opportunity for you, those that are trying to get into the broadcast business, or you have some kind of hobby or love for doing something reporting style. Well, here's your opportunity. All you have to do is all you need is really is a cell phone.
Hmm.
With the quality of the cameras and cell phones today, it's amazing what you can shoot and feed live, streamed directly to us, and we can take your streams live, and or you can record it and upload it to us, and we can broadcast it that way. We're also offering opportunities for news type shows. And what I wanted to try to do is to emphasize the difference between commentary and news. News has been confused and mixed and become a hybrid. And most people, if you didn't grow up from the real days of true journalism in radio, television, and print, and less commentary, it's more commentary today. And it's a big difference. If someone is on the TV or radio and they're giving their opinion of a news item or article, that's not reporting the news. That's opinions. That becomes commentary. And anybody can do that. That's okay. I don't have a problem with it as long as you're not putting bullshit spin on it and making it something that it's not. So I'm from the world of reporting the facts. And you can put your own personality and style into it, but as long as it's the facts, you can't come up with your own version of a fact. You can't do that. You can give your opinion, that's fine, but report the news based on what it is, the facts.
Hmm.
And I'd like to see more of that type of news reporting than giving so much commentary.
So the whole network is going to be talk and or news related.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Hmm.
right. So if a person has a talk show currently in existence and they wanted to bring it over to your network, that's available as well.
Yes, as long as it's news oriented, current events, that's fine. Yes. I also have U.S. Talk Network
Hmm.
that if it doesn't fit in the main line of Street News Now, then we can always put you over on U.S. Talk Network, which is a sister company to Street News Now.
Okay. So,
And we can do both audio and video on all of the platforms.
okay. So basically, Street News Now, you want to feature what's happening on the street as much as possible.
Right, as it happens.
As it happens. Okay. Because I know on one of the nights we came together, there were protests.
Right.
And we were able to mention those cities that people were protesting before the final announcement of President, the new President Biden, and they were marching in the streets of Chicago and Philly and DC, and you were able to post while we were on the air images of these people walking in the streets, and we were able to talk about that, as we were relating on following the AP, because I think one of the things that we were doing, we were covering multiple networks on that night. And I was following news. We had MSN, we had CNN, and then we had AP. And, with those news outlets, they were all feeding. I think you were the one that clarified what was going on with that. Everybody was getting a feed from AP. And,
Pretty much.
And only Fox News at the time was comfortable with announcing ahead of time what the other networks were willing to announce at the time.
Right.
And you would think Fox would be slow to announce because, they favor, the number 45, at that time more than anybody else in the world. They're big fans of producing and bringing up, Trump and what he did right. And everybody else was like Trump and what he did wrong.
Big difference.
It's a big difference.
That's what I go back to, putting your spin on what's really going on. And it's obvious that Fox and some of the others as well have a jaded view or a very slanted, to be nice about it, view of our current president. And they have been that way since day one.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, even when he was doing stupid stuff, they found a rose within what he was doing and put a special color on it to make it look like a live rose that was still flourishing and growing. But in reality, that rose was dead. And I think they're beginning to, moonwalk away from the president because they know that they can't continue to just carry his water and tell his lies, support him in that fashion. And I'm happy to see that they're waking up. And I think also they're fearful that this jackass might come out with his own news network or commentary network and be a competitor to them, because he has proven to himself, if nobody else, that he can garner 73 million people. He can con them into voting for him. And so in his mind, President Trump thinks that he owns those eyes and ears, and he can parlay that into $1 billion venture, billions of dollars, because Fox makes billions, so does CNN and NBC and ABC, CBS, NBC. All of them make billions of dollars. So he's figuring, well, I'm so hot and popular, and I got all these dummies that I've conned into following me. I can be like the Pied Piper and move them over to my network. But Mr. Trump, number 45, let me explain something to you. That will only work if you're not sitting in jail.
Well,
maybe your family members can take the idea and parlay that into raising enough money to pay off your $421 million of debt and then some. That's what we know about at this point.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's why he doesn't want to surrender. He doesn't want to walk away from the White House right now, because the attorney general sitting up there in New York is just wait. They're salivating. They got spit falling all out of their mouths, waiting for you.
Yeah.
And listen, U-Haul is coming to the White House to pick your junk up and take it wherever it needs to go. I think it's going to go into storage because you're going to be going to somebody's federal or state penitentiary. He would go to a state pen, right?
Yeah, that would be state charges.
A
Yeah,
state pen.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
ain't nice in those state pens, from what I hear.
Yeah,
I've never been there, but I'm just
you
saying.
know, his wife would take the stuff home because she ain't got no charges as far as we know. You
Well,
know,
not yet. We don't know. We don't know
we
what we
don't
don't
know
know.
yet because you know she's
Right.
been deliberately very low key. You know,
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
out there trying to promote foolishness in the media or any place else. As far
Well,
as that goes,
Street News Now will be at the White House when Jackass walks out of the White House. We're gonna have a camera and microphone all in his face. Okay.
I know that's right. Look, he gonna be going out the back door, brother. He ain't coming out the
Yeah,
front.
he's going underground.
Now, you know, you might want to be in the courtroom when they
Yeah, we'll be
when they launch, you know. But I don't know how good you can draw where you can draw the pic because they may not allow cameras in the room, so you may have to
well,
pencil etch, you know, that look
right.
on his face when they
Go etch a
start.
skate.
But I don't. You look. I don't even think that he's gonna show up. He'll probably send Giuliani over there to sit in the
Oh, don't get me
courtroom,
started on that criminal.
you know, to answer all charges, you
Mm.
know, and that's gonna be so retarded, you know,
Yeah,
because
Giuliani is a bad example of a good lawyer. Okay, he is a criminal. He is a lying conspiracy theory amplifier. That's all he
uh-huh,
is. He will do anything. And there was a report, in the last couple of days that he's not making any money off of defending this president. Now you know that's a crocker. You know what?
he is a
And then there's
lawyer,
another
ain't he?
report that said he was making $20,000 a day, and I think that's probably a little low.
Uh-huh,
But he is making money off of this. There's no reason,
from the
no legal reason, ladies and gentlemen, for the president of the United States not to have conceded by now.
right,
Okay, there's no reason for him to have filed as many lawsuits against the various states, and most of them, 9, I think, already have been tossed out because they have no basis for it.
right,
Okay, so what's the point? Here it is. Trump is scared to death of going to jail. Giuliani says, hey, man, I'll buy as much time as we can, and we'll make as much noise as we can to continue to fool 73 million people in believing in your Trumpism. And let's hope for the best. And if you don't go to jail, then you can come out and be a successful businessman again. And then the threat of him running again, just, I'm about to have a heart attack just thinking about that. It's just like, come on, who would want? And more importantly, he was talking about Joe Biden being too old or whatever. Let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. Your ass is going to be 4 years older than you are now, 4 years from now.
right.
And not only that, most of us will have kicked you to the curb and forgot about you. You're done. You're toast. You're history. Bye-bye, goodbye, good night, adios, and everything else. Bye, Felicia.
Right. So we know how you feel.
I'm holding back, really.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice because this is your show. If it was my show, I'd say some other words.
Hey man, feel free. You're at home, brother. You're at home, man. Look, anybody
I'm
with
trying
the
to set the home
status,
train.
anybody with the status of legend, okay? Because I don't know if many people have heard of some of the things that you have accomplished in your lifetime in the radio and entertainment industry, but you have definitely earned the title of legend. You know, as we look on your, you got that wide angle camera lens there. We see platinum records laying on the floor, not on the wall, but on the floor.
I just haven't gotten around to putting that stuff up. I got boxes of them in storage, okay? These got here accidentally. I didn't mean to bring those. Shit.
But you know, this guy's got platinum records. So many of them, they laying on the floor. You know,
Yeah, man, I gotta get them up.
yeah, no respect for the music industry whatsoever.
I do.
But
I
no,
love those
but that's the
artists.
point. The fact that you were given platinum records, you know, speaks volumes to your participation in the industry overall. And
Yeah.
if you don't mind, could you share with some of the folks that may not know who you are, some of your accomplishments, if you don't mind?
Not mine.
So now you don't want to brag on yourself.
No, I can't do. You know me, man. I can't do that.
You ain't humble, so you might as well, you know.
I'm trying to turn the light down because it looks like my head is on fire from the sun.
Yeah,
How does it look over there to you? Is it a
yeah,
little
it's a little
overexposed
bright.
and
Yeah,
light?
it's a little bright. Yeah,
A
yeah,
little bright?
yeah, it's a little
Yeah, I
bright.
want my head to look like yours.
Man, I'm toasting over here, brother.
You
I
know,
got,
I don't have a forehead. I got a six head,
yeah, yeah. Well,
six fingers up there.
look, and
So I'm trying to
and
bring
there
this
you go.
down.
It came down. Yeah, it came down too. There you go. That's better.
Right there. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that's good. You brought it down a lot,
Okay.
so that's good.
Yeah.
It makes it
All
it
right.
makes it
Cool.
look cozy now. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do this because
Something
I'm trying
warm
to
to
appeal to
quiet
the
storm.
European audience that I have. I want to make sure that they don't have to be afraid of me. Sometimes when you kind of dark skinned, they get kind of afraid of you.
Oh,
So
come on, man. Black is in.
yeah,
Black is hot.
look, we got a vice president, and man, she got the same skin color I got. I am so happy to be able to say that and talk about it, publicly and on the air. It's a beautiful thing. But man, I tell you, over these next 4 years, it's going to be a whole lot of stuff coming back in.
It is, and I'll make a prediction or two or five. Typically, when we change an administration from a Republican to a Democrat, usually there's some kind of scandal, hard times, the economy, or now the economy is in the tailspin, and we got a pandemic. The Democrats have a very, very tough job. And then quite honestly, I don't know if I would want to be the president of the United States starting next year with the trouble and the problems that we are dealing with today. But I have the confidence in the leadership that we have just elected to do the best that they can do to bring and turn this thing around. I think Joe is at a point in his life. First of all, he's what, 76,
Eight,
78 years old?
78, yeah, I think, yeah.
He wants to go out of this world on top.
Hmm.
People complain about, well, he's been in the Congress for 47 years and he hasn't done that. Well, that's bullshit, number one. He has done a lot. If it was not for Joe Biden, who negotiated the deal for the car industry during the 20, what was it, the turn down when they first were elected,
Hmm.
Obama, Joe was the man that took the leadership role on that.
Hmm.
Obama had the confidence in him, say, Joe, go in there and make this thing work. Go fix this. And let's meet every day, let's talk about it, and let's make it do what it do.
Hmm.
Well, Joe performed, he brought it around and made it happen.
Hmm.
There were loans given to the car industry. Those loans were paid back, and they were up and running and doing well until, most recently with the pandemic. So I believe that the Democrats have the ability and have shown that in the past to bring about change necessary and willing to roll up their sleeves and make it do what it do. And I think Joe and Kamala will do that against all odds. They will be successful. And I think they've got the support of hundreds of millions of people in this country who want to see this country succeed. Even if you didn't vote for Joe, at this point in time, he has already reached out to you and say, hey, I want you to be included in what I'm doing. I'm going to be your president, even if you didn't vote for me.
Hmm.
That's a good start right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he's president of
A great
everybody. He's
start.
already said that,
Exactly. And
and
that's what we need right now.
and 45, he was deliberately on purpose, targeting a particular demographic. His entire time in office, he spoke to his group, his market, his demographic, and that's not encompassing of everybody in the United States. That's just a certain demographic, and he stayed
Yeah.
focused on that all 4 years that he was in office. And it's not a good thing when you do that, because some people are going to suffer when you do things like that. And economic wise, he was of the opinion that, as long as I take care of the folks that are in the higher tax bracket, then the economy and everybody's going to be happy. No, everybody is not going to be happy. I have heard many people say that the middle class, we don't have a middle class anymore. The middle class has been destroyed. We have the upper class and the working poor. And with this pandemic hit the way that it did, and many people that have suffered because they didn't have a job to go to and could not go to, their job closed down and there's no money available. They're homeless. Here in Chicago, and I talked about this on our other show. People that could not afford to pay their rent are now living in tents under viaducts, in the city of Chicago.
All over America.
Yeah, all over America. But those ones I know about specifically, there are people out there feeding them every day, bringing food out there for them and their families. Once upon a time in America, homeless, was because a person had some type of problem. Okay, either it be alcohol or drug abuse or something to that nature, which led to them not being able to hold on to a place to stay. Well, you can't say that anymore. That's not something that you can say anymore about people in their circumstances because, man, pandemic has caused the current situation to put more people out of work and living in tents under viaducts, man, than any place else in the world.
Well, there's an old saying, times are harder than times in 1929 during the Depression and everything.
Right. That's right.
Well, I mean, we're on the verge of something very similar to that. Maybe not to the magnitude yet, but if people don't smarten up and do the right thing, wear a damn mask, don't invite 26 people to your house for Thanksgiving and Christmas and birthday parties and all that kind of crap. Come on, man. Make a small sacrifice right now to save the world. You can be proud of yourself and say, well, hey, man, I wore my mask and everybody in my family was made to wear a mask. That's the beginning. It's got to start with you.
Right.
And then it'll grow from there.
Yep.
If everybody took the responsibility of wearing a mask, we could get this thing under control. Let it die out. That's the way we can help kill it. Until we can get a reliable, true, efficient vaccine that can control it from that perspective. And, to be honest with you, because of the president we have right now, who has no credibility, if he comes out and says, hey, this vaccine is ready, I'm like a lot of other people. I'm not going to be the first one in line to take that because he said so. I'm going to wait for the proof. I'm going to wait for the scientists to really certify. And I'm a bit concerned because this thing is being rushed. Okay. They've had samples of 15,000 people, and they're saying it's 95 or a little higher percentage of being on point. And that's good. But is that a big enough sample? What are the side effects? Long-term, short-term first, long-term side effects of these vaccinations. We don't know.
That's true.
Because they've only been testing this stuff for the last month or two.
Right. And then you've got some folks, got some folks that have jumped out there to be guinea pigs, to try it out. And that's a good thing, but you got 11 million confirmed cases in the United States of corona. And,
alone.
Right. And out of those 11 million people, I think the more positive would be a cure versus a vaccine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you say, yes, we've got a very positive cure, no matter if you get it and what stages of the symptoms you get, then that would encourage people. But we've got a possible treatment plan, but not a confirmed treatment plan. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not talking cure. And then I also heard in the news yesterday that these vaccines may be an annual thing, like a flu shot or whatever,
Right.
ongoing. So listen, and I'm not going to sit here and say this is all bovine because I don't know, but I do know that these pharmaceutical companies have spent probably hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars trying to come up with a vaccine. All good and well, but they are in business to sell drugs. That's what they do. They manufacture drugs for us humans to take.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are going to be selling these drugs worldwide. Now, any drug ever made always has some kind of side effects.
Always.
Proof being is when you watch these commercials, whether it's Viagra or some of these other things, there's always side effects. And sometimes, you might have a little migraine headache, so you go get this prescription, but it might make your toilet flush, your barbecue grill will light up, you'll lose hair, your girlfriend will quit on you, the dog will bite your ass, and all you had was a little migraine headache.
Right.
So
Right.
you got to
Right.
look at
Right.
the side effects.
Right. Right.
I'm making light of it, but the reality is, be do your due diligence.
Right. Proceed with caution.
Read the fine print.
Right. Proceed with caution. I'm gonna give a shout
Absolutely.
out to my other broadcaster, our other broadcaster on the Street News Now, Mr. Chris Bass.
The base.
Yeah, he's on here shouting us out, the fellow horseman. And we got about maybe 10 minutes to go before the show is over with. And I want to circle.
Do I get hazardous pay for the show?
Hey man, depends on what you consider a hazard. Look, you burned your own. Look, you burned your own forehead with the light you had. I ain't had nothing to do with that. Okay, that scar on your brain, that ain't my fault.
I got sunburn on my forehead from the lights too bright. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me this was going to be on Dr. Ron's page. I'm looking on Ask Dr. Ron, and you know what? You treat me like a bald-head stepchild.
Cause you are.
I am.
Look,
all right.
we got a show. We have a show on Street News Now each and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm really excited about it because it gives me something to do while the pandemic is going on. And I'm hoping it gives everybody else something to do while the pandemic is going. Come and tune in with us and check us out. But it's a carryover from the same four people that covered the election coverage, and quite well, I might add. We did cover that quite well.
Yeah, we did.
But it's going on. It's going forward. And we're gonna do what we do. We've got the professor, Mr. Reggie Miles. We got Chris Bass, Mr. Lee Michaels, and myself. And we've been having powwow sessions behind the scene, trying to polish it up and make it, not just hot air. Because we want to give the people something that they look forward to seeing each and every week. And, do you have any plans that you can share with the folks about either the show or the network?
Well, I am in talks with some associates that we're talking about a collaborative effort to, no, I can't go into it at this point in any great detail, but something really big is about to happen. If everything comes to fruition, this will be a great opportunity for a lot of people. I'm also talking about getting the network on television networks like Roku and some of the others. So, we're in that growth mode. Just in the beginning, we're still an infant, and we need your support by viewing the shows and sharing it, talking it up. And that's how we can make things grow organically. To make anything grow nowadays, you've got to spend millions of dollars in marketing and promotions. Well, we don't have those resources yet, and we may be calling on you to make some, donations to us and help us buy equipment and pay some salaries of people. And I'm really, 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 really seriously interested in helping young people that are in school, and primarily in the media courses, want to be in the broadcast industry. And no matter what type of broadcast, it could be radio, it could be online, because that's a new opportunity. It could be satellite, it could be television. It doesn't matter to me what type of media you want to be on, but you got to start somewhere. And this is an opportunity for young people to get their feet wet and add something to their resume that they can parlay into something bigger and better. And maybe just stay with us and grow and make this network something that we can all be proud of.
Now, you just got rid of a whole demographic of people when you said young people. There are more people that are middle-aged.
I'm not discriminating.
And
don't get me wrong, but that I think in order for us to continue to grow into the future, it's young people that are going to take what we're doing today to the next level. Old heads like me, listen, I've been a young person most of my life, and it's lonely being an old young person promoting and trying to do stuff, especially here on the internet. I probably, I know more about the internet than the average person, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing it for so long. I've been streaming since back in the days when we were on dial-up modems. I've been streaming that long. So I've seen this thing go from not even possible to possible. And now with the internet and the 5G and the new technology that's going to be coming after 5G, the speed is not going to be a problem. It's not a problem now. When you can have 10 or 15, 20 million people viewing any live broadcast on the internet, that's serious.
Yeah.
That's some serious numbers.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's where we are today. When you can walk around with a little device like this and watch and hear anything from anywhere in the world, that's powerful. This little device is more powerful than the device I grew up on, which was a transistor radio.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is the modern day version of transistor radio.
And shortwave was even bigger than that. Shortwave was worldwide. And people that
was the first worldwide.
Right. And people that
the
were
first internet.
Yeah, people that were doing shortwave broadcasting all around the world.
Yeah, I did that too. Ham and CB.
Yeah, man, that stuff was, that was huge.
It was.
Yeah, but you lost a whole bunch of folks talking about dial-up.
When I was 15, 16 years old, and I would connect. I grew up in Norfolk, Virginia, and there was a lot of military people there. Mm-hmm. World's largest naval base still. They have the Army and the Air Force and Marines, everybody in that Tidewater area. There was some type of military connection there. And I used to do phone patches for wives and children in Virginia, and actually from all over the country, to allow them to connect to their loved ones in Germany and places like that. And they were able to do a telephone call through my ham radio. We call it a phone patch. And when the atmospheric conditions were available, they were able to go in on the military base and get on the ham radios there and connect to me, and then I would patch a telephone call into them. This was before cell phones, and it was unaffordable, and in many cases, there was no landline connection in some of the areas where these guys were based. So that was the only way that they could communicate. So I've been doing stuff like that all my life.
Yeah.
And, here we are today with cell phones. You don't need that type of connection, but that you can still do it today.
Yes. So Street News Now, where can they find all of your broadcasts? I know they're on YouTube, and where else are you?
YouTube and Facebook right now. We're expanding to other social media platforms. The website is still under construction, but you can go to streetnewsnow.com. And if you would like to be a correspondent a news reporter, both in audio, video, and or text, you can go to the website and there's a link on there where you can sign up. And all you have to do is sign up right there, and that will email your information directly to me, and I will contact you and get you all set up to become a part of our organization.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And once again, Thursday, each and every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be right here on Mr. Lee Michaels' Facebook feed. You'll be able to catch it on my Facebook feed live. You'll also be able to catch it on Mr. Chris Bates' Facebook Live and Reggie Miles' Facebook Live. You'll be able to catch us on that broadcast on everybody's Facebook page. We will be sharing and bringing the show live directly to you on Thursday. Chris Bates says he didn't lose anybody, Ron. When Lee mentioned dial-up, it's called historical content. Yeah.
Caveman broadcasting.
Yeah,
I came into radio just after Morse code started.
I believe
I've been around a while.
I believe you. Do you even know Morse code? That was some serious stuff, man. All them dots and dashes.
Morse code to get my ham license.
Yeah, all those dots and dashes, brother. That was serious. Look, we're going to get out of here, man. We've been on the air right at an hour. I want to encourage everybody to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. Check out all the information there. We got things that you can learn how to make money with, cash crowdfund, fill out a contact card. Go over to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ask Dr. Ron. Support our vendors. Like and share. Please like and share. Leave us a comment in the comment section if you would like to be a guest on the show. Reach out to me if you want to be a guest on the show. We would love to have you as a guest. If you'd like to be a vendor, you can also go over to the contribution page. We need your support. If you make contributions to this show, we will definitely make sure that we give you a shout out, and we'll put your good money to good use. Like Lee said, we can always use equipment. Even though I got plenty of lights, I don't need no more lights, Can
you see me now?
Right, definitely. But I appreciate each and every person. Please take this pandemic seriously. Take all the precautions that you can. Please, because we like having you all around. And definitely shout out to each and every person that's tuned in and that's going to see this show all over the world. We were not lucky, but blessed to have my brother from the Philippines on today, Fred. Saw him on the line, and I'm definitely glad he tuned in. My brother down in Florida, Fred Benjamin. Man, we got people tuning in from all over the world, and I'm glad to have you. So you guys, y'all be safe. We're going to come back and see y'all on Thursday. Look for us on Thursday. And peace and love, you guys. Thanks again, Lee, for coming in, being a part of what we got going on. And you want to have the final comment as we go?
Just to continue to be safe, wear your mask. Don't have a bunch of people over for Thanksgiving. Do the right thing, folks. And we can make this thing go away. I can't, but we can. Thank you. Be safe. Be smart. Put the politics and bullshit aside. Do the right thing.
Peace.